What happens when you give two overconfident internet sensations their own TV show? From BVTV Studios, it's BVTV Tonight Gets Canceled. These two are on a mission to cancel everybody through this late-night talk show. And here are your hosts, Morgan Krull and Hunter Vasey.
Welcome to the new season of BVTV Tonight. I'm Hunter Vasey.
And I'm Morgan Krull. When we heard the show was getting canceled, we were so excited.
Yeah, because if you know anything about Morgan and me, and if you've seen our web series on the TAC Online, we love to cancel things. So we rushed over as fast as we could.
And before anyone even asked us to, we decided we'd be taking over the show.
Since Morgan and I love all things spooky, we thought it was only fitting to premiere our first episode on Friday the 13th, the second spookiest day of the year. And as luck would have it, an ice storm led to a citywide power outage earlier today, so we were wondering if we would even be able to film tonight. But we're here.
And because we're not out of the Halloween spirit yet, our guests tonight have some ghostly stories to tell. So stick around to hear true ghost stories from Professor of Digital Media Andrea Frantz and two BVU students, Leonard and Peyton Stage.
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more BVTV Tonight Gets Canceled.
Here's Jerry!
Ah! Where's the SD card? Where is it?
Can't make me talk.
And fade to black.
Good show, guys.
Guys, I forgot to hit record.
Are you clumsy with your electronics? Does technology just confuse you?
Then come to Two Fix, where we can solve all of your technology problems. Well, most of them.
Give us a call at Two Fix or shoot us an email.
Storm Lake Bakery has been a staple of the community since its opening in 1916. From fried cinnamon rolls to cream-filled Long Johns, the bakery offers a variety of baked goods. A community favorite is their delicious donut holes. Storm Lake Bakery is open Monday through Friday from 5:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday from 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. Stop by for gourmet pastries and freshly brewed coffee today.
Boo, said Buddy as he finished telling his spooky story. He loves telling all kinds of stories to his friends. That's why Buddy enjoys BVTV. Storytelling is the heart of BVTV and any good program. So if you're searching for a program with a solid story, look no further. We've got 'em. BVTV, by Beavers, for Beavers.
Welcome back to BVTV Tonight Gets Canceled. So when taking over the show, our first step was to completely erase all influence of the previous hosts, Guy and Mason.
This included the set, which we wanted to put our own special twist on, so we visited the BVU warehouse to try and drum up some inspiration.
Take a look at this video that recaps our experience finding our new set at the warehouse.
Since we canceled the show, we also had to cancel the set and everything in it.
So that's why we're at the BVU warehouse today, because this is what our budget is, slightly used furniture.
So we're looking for 2 chairs and a table.
Because I don't want to sit by Hunter, so we need a table to socially distance us.
Also because of COVID.
Also because of COVID precautions. I can't find it.
What are you looking for?
Your dignity. So we're looking for 2 chairs, and I really like spinny chairs, so maybe an office chair.
Yeah, I really think it would just add a little bit more like fun to the show. And I feel like, you know, we're adult and professional enough that I think we can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I have self-control. I won't spin the whole time.
Yes. Ready? 1, 2.
I think we should get this one.
1, 2. I like the aerodynamics. that. That was nice.
Okay, I think we have a problem.
What?
I don't think I can have an office chair.
I mean, yeah, I don't think that's gonna. You're probably not gonna be able to stand still, are you?
What do you mean?
I really like this table, but I have no idea how we're gonna get back there. I'm gonna go around. Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good.
Can you hurry up?
I'm sorry. It was really hard.
Okay, let's try. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to get a different one?
Yeah, we don't need this one. It's fine. It's fine.
All right, moving on.
Okay, so I think there's some chairs over there, but they're kind of hard to get to. I'm not sure if we would be able to reach them or anything, but. So, do you like it? You know, I could see myself telling stories in this, or maybe even using it as a throne.
Tell me a story. Tell me a story. Okay? Tell me a story. Once upon a time.
Lamp.
I like it. I like it. We always need fine china.
No.
Oh, okay. What about a nice cup of tea? We could have that. Put it on the table between us. Or maybe some wine? No? Okay, well, whatever you say. It's your show. It's your show.
Did you find anything?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No. Maybe we should just take a break.
Yeah. You'd think in this warehouse that we could find something to use for a set.
I mean, we just need 2 chairs, a table. Like, why can't we find it?
I don't know.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
We buy some lumber and make our own furniture?
Yeah!
So we were told that our budget was not big enough to build our own furniture. So we decided to use these chairs and this table from the warehouse. Now, you might be wondering what we mean by Canceled. Canceled was a web series Morgan and I had as part of the TAC Online last year. In the show, we ran around campus and asked people their opinions on different topics. If we didn't agree with their answers, we would cancel them. If people were canceled, that basically meant their lives were over.
And if we did agree with them, their lives continued on as normal, and they were verified. As the series went on, we were surprised with the number of viewers we had and the people who recognized us while we were filming. Then this year, we wanted to host BVTV Tonight while still keeping Canceled alive.
So BVTV Tonight Gets Canceled was born. In case you're not an avid fan of the Canceled web series, we prepared a highlight video of some of the best moments from the show.
What is your favorite Halloween candy?
Kisses, because I'm such a romantic.
Canceled.
What advice do you have for anybody this Valentine's Day?
If you're alone, it's because you're ugly.
Black Friday shopping scares me, to be honest, and I think it's weird that we spend a holiday being so thankful for everything we have and then buying more stuff.
It's the deals. Okay? Don't make me feel morally inferior to you because I want to get a good deal on a 5-screen TV, okay? If I have to elbow a small child to do it, I will.
I don't know, I just want people to be happy on Valentine's Day, not sad, you know?
What a humanitarian. That is amazing. But also you're canceled because that was a boring answer.
Sorry, I'm not like you. I have a heart.
Verified.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
The Grinch, but only the parts where he's a baby.
We're just gonna give it to him because my brain can't keep up with that. It wasn't in order, but verified.
What it is, to be honest.
Roy G. Biv.
Oh, that's right, huh?
You don't know what canceled is, Gavin? Yeah, apparently you are canceled.
Football or basketball?
Since I play football, I'm inclined to say football.
I do not care about sports. It's raining.
Why did you? Oh, I want to hit you. Top of the morning to ya.
Welcome to BVTV Tonight, everyone. We got a great show for you tonight. Guy Tannenbaum is our
Canceled.
guest. Morgan Krull is
Canceled.
our guest. Welcome to the show, you guys. How's the day been? Christmas dinner, can you believe it? 2019. What do you have to say?
Canceled.
I agree.
Who's the hotter serial killer, Ted Bundy or Jeffrey Dahmer?
Ted Bundy for sure.
Verified.
Greg, what would you do if you found a pot of gold?
Yes.
As a part of the new year for Canceled, we're actually going to have a celebrity guest for every single episode. So this one's guest is Morgan wearing a color other than black. There are any spirits here?
Twilight?
Yes.
Will you be my Valentine?
No. Hi, I'm Morgan Krull. Welcome to Canceled. I'm kind of scared of Cruella DeVille. I really love dogs. Dogs or cats?
Puppies.
We gotta go.
Canceled.
So now that you know more about the concept of canceled, it's time to bring on our guests. After their interviews, Hunter and I will decide if they are canceled or verified. Our first guest of the night is a professor of digital media here at BVU, Dr. Andrea Frantz. Last semester, pre-COVID-19, Andrea was one of the professors who led a Harry Potter-themed trip to England and Scotland, a trip that Hunter and I were so lucky to have gone on. As we sat in a pub in Scotland, Andrea told us her very own ghost stories about growing up in a haunted house.
Here to share some of her experiences is Dr. Andrea Frantz.
Hi, thanks for having me on your show. I'm so excited to join you on your very first debut.
We're so excited to have you.
Thank you, Andrea. All right, Hunter, take it away.
Alrighty, so Andrea, tell us about the haunted house you grew up in.
Wow, I did grow up in a haunted house. It was an old house. And a lot of stuff happened. So if you live in a haunted house, you kind of get used to lots of stuff going on, sounds and things moving around and all that kind of good stuff. But I can tell you probably the night that it sort of sealed the deal for me that I knew that this place was haunted and was absolutely convinced that I was not alone. Then it was a very stormy night and I was in my bedroom. I really love thunderstorms. I always wake up and I listen and I watch and thunderstorms are kind of my jam. So I woke up, I was about 9 or 10 at the time, and kind of watching the thunderstorm, and I have a lamp in the middle of my ceiling that has a string. And from that string, I had attached a little macrame belt that I'd made with a little bell at the end. So every time I pulled the string to turn on the light, the bell would ring. So I'm watching the storm and all that kind of stuff. It's the dead of night. And all of a sudden, the bell starts to ring. And it's not like the bell is tinkle, tinkle, like some air hit it. It's as though someone has picked up the bell and is shaking it. Now, for whatever reason, I couldn't really see it. It was dark. It was the middle of the night. There's no air in my room because I don't have a window or a door that can be opened. So it's just sort of ringing. And I remember not really being able to see anything. And then finally, the bell just kind of stopped. And it's not like it stopped like it tapered off. It stopped like someone clamped their hand down over it. So yeah, it was a little disconcerting and I was a little weirded out. But I was a very introverted kid, so I didn't do anything about it and decided to go back to sleep. And then the next day I woke up and I thought, well, that was a weird dream. But in fact, when I went to go turn on my lamp, the string that had been attached to the macrame belt had been untied and retied in a noose knot. Now, that's not a knot I know how to tie, and that's certainly not a knot that anybody else in my family knows how to tie. So it was pretty weird, and I kind of chalked it up to that's the ghost. Years later, I did find out that a person had lived in the house, had committed suicide in the house. So that kind of explained that. But then not very long ago, actually, we talked to the woman who lives there now. And she took us on a tour through the house because they had renovated it and whatnot. And at the end of the tour, she said to me, well, just out of curiosity, did anything weird ever happen to you while you lived in this house? And I said, oh, I have some stories for you. So yeah, the haunting continued to happen for a long time. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So were there any events that would happen like frequently, like any doors opening by themselves?
Well, yeah, we had a room in the basement that had a dirt floor, an earthen floor, and there was kind of like a little dip in the earth there. It was a root cellar, and stuff would go missing in the house, and we sort of figured out eventually that if you were missing something, you should go downstairs to the basement and go look in that little dip in the floor, because that's usually where it ended up. So yeah, stuff moving around all the time. And you could explain that away with us maybe pranking each other, but we weren't, because my father would get really mad when stuff was missing that he needed. And so we weren't really gonna like test that wrath. So yeah, and it wasn't our cats, because a cat can't like drag the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's album downstairs. It's ridiculous. So yeah, we think that was also part of the spirit of the house.
Did you feel safe in your house, or were you scared?
Yeah, I never ever felt as though there was any threat ever. And actually, I asked the woman who lives there now when we went on the tour, and she said, no, it was just kind of sounds and things moving around. And I know when I was a kid, I would sometimes hear what felt like a human voice, sort of whispering. So it was, and you could never tell the words, but you know how when someone's whispering, there's a cadence that happens with the human voice, and it's sort of like, so it had that kind of effect. Yeah, so I mean, it was a lot of sounds. It was a lot of stuff moving around. It was, my light. I was quite convinced. I'm a big believer that if you're kind of open to it too, then you can sense stuff.
Yeah, I know Hunter and I believe in that too.
Yeah,
if
for
you're just
sure.
open to it, then things might happen to you.
Yeah, there's always that possibility.
Have you ever been haunted, either one of you?
Not for sure, or like nothing that I couldn't reason away, but I did find out just like last year that the house I was born in and grew up in for like the first 6 years was a funeral home before I lived there. So I'm sure there's got to be some ghosts there.
Nothing interesting ever happens to me, so I'm jealous.
Well,
all right.
I think you just have to be sort of open to it. And
Yeah.
I know more people are open to it. So you just have to wait. The right ghost will find you.
Thank you so much. All right,
All right.
Andrea, we would love to talk more, but we're out of time. So thank you so much, though.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andrea, for being on the show tonight and sharing your ghostly experiences. Coming up after this commercial break is our next interview with BVU students Scott, Leonard, and Peyton Stage, who believe the suite they live in right here on campus is haunted. We'll be right back.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
This is Buddy Beaver. He's new at BVU and wants to get involved. Overwhelmed with options, Buddy flipped on the TV. Although fascinated by the TV, he fell asleep on his sofa. Suddenly, he found himself in a dream and at sea. He was enjoying the dream until something clouded his mind. What if he never found that perfect involvement opportunity? In the midst of his worries, he spotted something. BVTV. Buddy instantly awoke with a clear mind. He could produce TV at BV. BVTV. By Beavers, for Beavers.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
One day, Buddy was watching his favorite show. The show was so full of life until it was suddenly canceled forever.
Unfortunately, this will be our final episode.
Buddy was heartbroken. If only there was something he could do. Wait, he and his teammates at BVTV could bring the show back. With a bit of creativity, Buddy returned his favorite show to TV for himself and everyone else to enjoy. BVTV, by Beavers, for Beavers.
Welcome back. Although we didn't get a chance before we went to commercial, we just wanted to say that that was a very spooky story and that Andrea is verified for sure.
We know she really wants to be canceled, but maybe we'll just have to have her back on the show some other time because she is verified.
When Scott, Leonard, and Peyton Stage move into a suite, they thought they were going to have the time of their lives. Little did they know, there was already a long-term resident. It wasn't long before they realized this suite wasn't so sweet.
Anyways, here to talk about their haunted suite are Scott, Leonard, and Peyton Stage.
Hi, I'm Peyton. Nice to be on BVTV.
Thanks for being on the show, guys.
No problem. Thanks for having us.
Alrighty, so when did you first think your suite might be haunted?
We thought last year, because we lived in the same suite. And there was just some kind of weird stuff where you'd hear things super late at night and you just would kind of pass it off or write it off. But then this year, it's kind of stepped it up a little bit, or what's happening has stepped up, like doors have slammed, things have moved. You'll hear knocking on your door super late. You'll hear people walk in, and then you'll go out there, and there'll be nobody there. Just weird stuff.
That definitely sounds spooky. So do you guys have that stuff happen every day? Like, are there things that happen every day that are a pattern that you guys have noticed?
I wouldn't really say there's a pattern, but kind of like what Scott's saying, will be randomly like a door slamming, and then there'll be like footsteps, or there'll be someone that walks into the door. I would say instead of every single day, maybe like 4 to 5 times a week, someone hears something.
So like, what's the scariest thing you think you've witnessed, or what's freaked you out the most?
There's probably 2 different ones. One from last year, where we were hanging out in the lobby, and we went to go to the bathroom in the bathrooms, and we came back, and we'd been like sitting around on the green chairs they give you in a suite, and all of our chairs have been turned upside down in the span of about a minute.
Oh, what?
Whoa. Yeah, and then the scariest thing that happened this year was, I remember Scott originally just said something about like the medicine cabinet being open, and he's like, go look. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go look into the bathroom. And then I saw that his shampoo bottle got moved like on top of the toilet. And then there was about 5 of our soaps and shampoos in a circle in the bathroom. And I just like slammed the door and like ran out to the lobby. Like, that was probably the most scared I've ever been in my life.
That is super weird. I mean, maybe the ghost just wanted to take a shower.
Or maybe they're just a fan of interior design.
Something like that, yeah.
All right, so does everyone in your suite believe that there's a ghost, or do you have some skeptics?
We did, but then as the years gone on, there's just been some unexplainable stuff that 2 of our roommates, one of them was on the fence at the start and 2 of them didn't believe at all. But then they've been alone in the suite and they've heard doors and footsteps coming in, and they go out and look and there's nobody out there, or it'll be 2 a.m. and it'll be, the rest of the suite will be gone, and they'll hear a knock at their door with no footsteps up to it or away from it. So there's been enough freaky stuff that everybody's kind of like, there's something weird.
Did anything weird happen on Halloween?
I actually don't think anything did, weirdly enough.
No, they took the night off, I guess.
Have you ever tried to contact the ghost
Yeah,
at all
yeah.
using anything like that?
What was that question? Sorry.
Have you ever tried to like talk to the ghost or contact it?
There have been multiple times when some of us, I would guess, they were like kind of stubborn. So sometimes we'll like call out the ghost and like try to like, just like, hey, if you're here, show us a presence and like stuff like that. We haven't necessarily noticed that has worked before, but we have tried to taunt the ghost, and we think it's gotten worse ever since we started to taunt the ghost.
You feel like you made it mad?
Definitely.
A couple of us tried a Ouija board. When was that? A week ago?
Yeah, about a week or so ago.
About a week ago. So.
Yeah, you guys borrowed Hunter's
Worked.
Ouija board, didn't you?
Yes.
And we did borrow Hunter's Ouija board.
We won't act like we don't know anything about that because
I am I think one of the few people on campus who has a Ouija board and is known by many people to have a Ouija board. So, you know, if that's what I go down for, that's what I go down for.
So how was that?
It was pretty scary. The first time it didn't work, and then the second time it worked a little bit, and then the third time is when it answered about 5 or so questions when we thought it was like, because we were both hesitant if either of us were moving it, because it was just me and one of our roommates, Joseph, Ashley, and we were both like kind of doing the thing where you would tap it to prove and like none. So we realized that we weren't messing with each other, and it was talking to us for sure.
Yeah, I've never used a Ouija board, but I feel like I would just be suspicious of everybody else, of like that they were actually moving the thing. Yeah. Did you guys light candles for it and make a night out of it, or how was it?
Yeah, we had like 3 candles. We tried it, like I said, a bunch of times. We all talked about it afterwards and stuff. So it was definitely a night.
Has anything happened recently, like today?
No, but this weekend. Was it Joey or Sean?
It was Joey.
Was it a knock?
He said the door got slammed twice.
That's what it was. So everyone else in the suite was gone. Ryan was in Shenandoah. We were in Cedar Falls, and Shane was in Wisconsin, I think. Yeah, so it was just Joey in the suite. And twice on Saturday, even once was during the day when it was still light out, there was a super loud door slam in the suite, that the door that separates the lobby from the hallway got slammed. And then later in the night, the same door got slammed.
That'd be so scary if you're by yourself.
Yeah. I would not want to live with a ghost.
Wait, so do you guys feel safe in the suite? Do you feel like your lives are threatened?
I feel safe sometimes at night. It's like sometimes at night I get scared and feel like a presence, but me and Scott have made like a pact that we have to sleep with each other in the room. So we made a pact that we can't like dip out on each other. So that's kind of helped me get through it.
Alrighty, thank you to Scott, Leonard, and Peyton Stage for sharing your scary stories with us tonight. Do you think we're going to cancel or verify them?
Can we have 2 people or like 2 guests being verified?
I mean,
in one night?
I don't know. Those were both pretty spooky stories.
I guess there'll be no canceling on this episode, so you guys are verified.
To everyone watching, we hope you all had an ooky spooky Friday the 13th. Hopefully watching the show was one of the unluckiest things you did today.
You mean the luckiest?
Sure.
Well, good luck on this lovely Friday the 13th. We hope you don't walk under a ladder.
Or break a mirror.
Or step on a crack.
Or spill salt.
Or find out that your dorm is haunted.
Thanks for tuning in to the first episode of BVTV Tonight Gets Canceled. And don't forget, be careful out there tonight.
Or don't listen to us, but you might run into bad luck and you might be
canceled.